day 78 of the 100-day project. I stumbled across a video, and I'm going to play a segment of it with a very famous guitarist talking about how he approaches live performance. I think it's really great. It's encouraging for me because he runs into the same, I won't say problems, but same challenges that I do. And part of the reason I play live is that it is a challenge. So I'm going to play what this guy said. His name is Steve Vai, one of the greatest guitarists the world has ever seen. Been with Zappa and David Lee Roth and Whitesnake, and a whole host of session work and composing and all kinds of stuff. So I'll play Steve's little segment and then I'll come back and talk some more.
You can sit in your room all day and practice for years, but when you get on a stage and the lights are on, everything changes. Okay? Nothing feels the same as the garage. Your foot pedals, your sound, everything is different, even if you've done a sound check. Because people come in the room and it makes everything sound different. And it's easy to be like a deer in the headlights, you know? Oh my God, what do I play? Okay, you lose your note when that happens. What I've learned to do most of the time is just make believe everything sounds great. Just everything's good, you know?
To do that.
Relax and breathe. And that helps so much, really, because the thing that's making, you freak out is just not feeling comfortable because maybe there's people watching or the lights. Lights change everything. I can't hardly see you guys. I can't really see my pedals very well. And that can freak you out if you're not used to it, So you kind of learn to go in almost an autopilot and you zone out and zone in. And the best way to get there is relaxing. And when I say relax, you think about it. You bring your attention into relaxing and breathing. And then you go about what you need to do. It grounds you, brings you back.
All right, so there you have it. If you haven't heard Vi, he's worth checking out, whether you're a guitar aficionado or not. He's fantastic, one of the greatest on the planet. So the reason I'm bringing this topic up is I host some open mic events, and obviously I interact with other musicians here and there, and I really like the fact that musicians through open mic and other events can have a chance to get on stage and stretch out and take on the challenge of performing live. I have a lot of great experiences with that. It's wonderful to see kids and maybe people who've never performed before take the risk of performing live. What I also run into are quasi-seasoned musicians who, start every conversation with, well, I used to play in Portland or LA, and I'm going to need you to bump up my monitor 3 dB on the high end, right around 2K. And I will put up with that for about 5 seconds. And then I'm like, man, shut the hell up and just get the job done, okay? There is no great monitor mix. There is no great lighting scenario. If you got lights in your eyes, tough shit. Get the job done. I run into this a lot, and I have a lot of friends, and they, we all have our preferences. Obviously, I need to be able to see a little bit. I need to be able to hear, but I've never had a great monitor mix. I think maybe once in 700 gigs have I ever had a stellar monitor mix that sounds like my house. Nothing sounds like my house, it's my house. So like Vi says, pretend it sounds good. The real important thing to do, the biggest thing in my opinion, and there's no one right way to do live performance, but here's what I think. Get the job done, make it happen. Realize that your job is to perform, and then just get it done. You might be sick, you might be having a bad day, you might break a string, you better have another guitar handy, but just get it done. That's your job. If you can do that and take on the challenge and make it such that the people in front of you are going to have an experience, and they're going to know, they may even know, hey, wow, something just went wrong up there, and he or she or they are still getting it done, then you're a pro in my mind. I have huge amounts of respect for people who get it done. I bring it up too because a few years ago, our band opened for some seasoned professionals, and man, it took forever for them to get their, not all of them, some of the guys were great, but one of them in particular, it took minutes and minutes and, man, something like an hour and 15 minutes for him to get a monitor mix and get this and get that. And I don't care who you are, it's a recipe for disaster, because we all know of world-class musicians, even in this day and age, who have turned into this diva. You know, oh, my sliced ham wasn't cubed properly backstage, I just can't perform, or this monitor mix will never do, I'm gonna toss this piece of equipment into the crowd. Don't do that. Okay, if you are gonna be a performer, distinguish yourself by being somebody who takes every opportunity to just get it done. Now, for my part, I play in a band and then I play by myself. It is far more difficult for me to play on my own. I love playing with my guys. I've known them forever. We've played these songs so many times now in so many different situations that we literally try and screw each other up. We just have a great time. I try and make the guys forget words. We run around. I love hearing the sounds they make and playing off those sounds. So it is a little more difficult for me to get up with just a guitar and a vocal mic and make things happen, but I have to. It's my job. So I pretend it sounds a lot better than it often does in my head and in my mind. So I bring that up because I like to see people enjoy themselves. I like them to be able to get up at open mics and other scenarios and really do well. And what I mean by do well is recognize that you have an opportunity to take on the challenge of playing live, and it's never going to be completely 100% perfect up there, but you get it done. Just get it done. If you can do that, I will have a huge amount of respect for you, and I often do, because I see so many people who come to open mic who have very little performing experience, and they suck it up, and they get in front of people, which is a tall order for a lot of folks, and they get it done. So I bring it up because it's good to distinguish divas from performers. That's what I think. There's no one right way to do it, but if you can get it done, regardless of circumstance, then you have a lot of people's respect, and you'll actually have a wider fan base, I think. So anyway, that is day 78 of the 100-day project. I thought I'd just bring that up and let it sit there. So anyway, I'll talk to you soon for day 79. Thank you for checking it out. Farewell, friends.